Hey everyone! In this video today, I am going to be showing you guys how to make an actual simple diamond friendship bracelet. This bracelet technically only has about 1.5 steps to it to make up the whole pattern. It's very easy to repeat. It's also a pretty neutral pattern, and even though you can only use 2 colors for this bracelet, you could have a lot of fun with the color palette. So let's go ahead and jump straight into the tutorial. So for this bracelet, you are only going to need 8 strings. And like I mentioned before, you will only have 2 colors, which means you will want 4 strings of each color. And however you want your diamonds colors to show up is going to be totally dependent on you. You can have a lighter color on the outside and your darker color in the middle, or you can invert that. You can do whatever you feel like doing, and what I like to do is go on Bracelet Book's variation feature, and I like to play around with colors and the placements of them to see what I'm gonna like, and that helps me visualize the pattern a lot more. And as far as length goes, I haven't tested a full bracelet yet, but I'm making longer ties on the end to tie my bracelet instead of having a loop. And I don't totally measure my strings, but I think I measured these to be just below 35 inches, and honestly, I think that'll be more than enough for a 5.5 inch bracelet. So for your color order, you want to order it from left to right, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1. One thing to also notice is that your outermost left and right strands are not going to be used as often because they don't move across the bracelet in any way. They pretty much stay on the outside the whole time. So if you do like to save your string, you can make these a little bit shorter. So we're going to start off with our center diamond up here. And you'll actually notice that I'm going to show you guys how to segment knot this in a way where you will actually have triangle ends started for you. And then when we get to the end, I'll show you how to make triangle ends on the other side. So we are going to start off with our middle 2 strands, which will be our first color. And you're going to take the left strand and do a forward knot on top of the string next to it. And then coming to the left side of our middle strands here, we're going to pick up the string next to it, which should be our second color, and we are going to do a backward forward knot onto it. I will show you guys what that looks like, but I will also have a video on how to make the 4 friendship bracelet knots if you need a more in-depth tutorial. So we're taking our first color and we're doing half of a backward knot and then half of a forward knot. And that is our backward forward knot. And then we're going to go to our other middle strand, pick up the string to the right of it, which will be our second color, and then we're going to do a forward backward knot onto it. So we have half of a forward knot, and then half of a backward knot. And then we have this small little gap in the middle up here, and we want to close that off to make our first diamond. So take your 2 middle strands and you want to make a forward knot with those. Being careful not to be too tight or too loose because this is kind of an awkward bracelet. As you can see here, the edges don't look too bad, but they're definitely really bumpy on both sides. And now we are going to do our sort of outer diamonds. So you can obviously tell by the color order what the outer diamonds are going to be, and this will be your second color. So kind of divide your strings in half and take all 4 of these strings on the right side and just put them off to the side for now because we're just going to be focusing on the left side. So you're going to take your middle 2 strands, which will be your second color, and you are going to do a forward knot with them. And like I said, we're kind of doing triangle ends here, so you don't want this knot to come all the way up to the top. You want it to kind of slant down. And it'll naturally fall into place anyway, but just know you don't need to pull it so tight that it needs to be all the way up. So we're going to take the left string of our second color, pick up the first color next to it, and do a backward forward knot onto it. And then you're going to take the right side of your second color, pick up the string next to it, which will be your first color, and do a forward backward knot onto it. And now we want to close up the diamond on this side, so take your two middle strands, your second color, and do a forward knot. And now we are done with the left side, so you can take these strings and put them off to the side, and then bring your right side back. We are going to repeat exactly what we did on the left side. So we're going to take our middle two strands, which will be our second color, and do a forward knot. Again, not pulling so tight that it goes all the way up to the top of the bracelet. And then you're going to take the left strand of your second color, pick up the first color next to it, and do a backward forward knot onto it. And then you're going to take the right strand of your second color and do a forward backward knot on the string next to it, which will be the first color. And then close up this diamond up here by taking your middle two strands, your second color, and do a forward knot. And then for our very last step, we are going to sort of close up these little gaps on the outer left and right side. On the left side, take your outermost left strand, which will be your first color, and do a forward backward knot on to the string right next to it, which will be your second color. And then on the right side, you do the exact same thing, but you're mirroring it. So take your outermost right strand, your first color, and do a backward forward knot on the string next to it, which will be your second color. And that is the whole pattern completed. You would just repeat exactly what we did at the start until you have your bracelet completed, and this is all I have to show for you guys today, so I'm really sorry about that. Now, if you want a triangle end on the other end, what you would do is skip the knots on the outer left and right side. So you have your two outer diamonds right here. You skip what we just finished on, and then go into that middle diamond, and it'll be a triangle. So thank you all so much for watching this video today. If you want to follow me on my bracelet book and or my Instagram account, I will have those linked in the description box. I really hope you enjoyed watching today, and I will see you in the next one.